Why use a buyer's advocate in Melbourne? Is it worth it? If you've ever wondered whether using a buyer's advocate in Melbourne is really worth it, you're not alone. It's a question I get all the time, especially from people who have been house hunting for months and are wondering if getting professional help actually makes a difference. Today, I'll break down exactly what a buyer's advocate does, what value that we add, and how to make sure you choose the right one if you're buying in Melbourne. Let's start with a few common misconceptions. The first one, it's too expensive. A lot of people assume a buyer's advocate is an extra cost they can't justify. But here's the reality. A good advocate should more than pay for themselves. We're talking about avoiding costly mistakes, buying better assets, and negotiating the right price, not the emotional one. The second misconception, buyer's advocates are only for investors or luxury buyers. That couldn't be further from the truth. Most of our clients are owner occupiers, young couples buying their first home, downsizers, or families upgrading. We also represent a number of first-time investors as well as experienced investors. All clients simply want to make a smart decision, avoid stress, and secure a great property without overpaying. So what does a buyer's advocate actually do? In short, we give you clarity, access, and leverage. Let's unpack that. Clarity. We help you define exactly what you should be buying for your goals, whether that's capital growth, lifestyle, or long-term value. We cut through the noise and identify what's investment grade versus what's emotionally priced. Access. We open the door to properties the public never sees. In Melbourne, roughly 20 to 30% of purchases we help secure off-market or pre-market. That means less competition and better opportunities. We also have great relationships with agents and understand how to position you at the front of the queue to secure a great property. Leverage. This is where the real money is saved. We handle due diligence, analyse comparable sales, identify risks, and negotiate objectively without emotion. Most buyers underestimate how powerful experienced negotiation can be. A 2% difference on a $1 million property is $20,000, often much more than our fee. There is also the value we can provide our investors and home buyers who are wanting a property that outperforms the market. If we can purchase a property that outperforms the market by 2% a year, this will also pay for our fee in the first year. Here's a quick example. We recently helped a client buy a house in Windsor. They were prepared to pay around 1.65 million based on what similar properties were selling for. After analysing the market and using a targeted negotiation strategy, we secured it for 1.51 million, saving them 140,000. That's before you even factor in the time saved, the due diligence, the peace of mind, and the confidence they had knowing they'd purchased exceptionally well. When you compare that to a typical buyer's advocate fee, the numbers make sense pretty quickly. Now, if you're using a buyer's advocate in Melbourne, make sure they're actually based here and deeply involved in this market. Melbourne is made up of hundreds of micro markets, each with its own price dynamics, council overlays, flood zones, transport factors, and school catchments. Someone sitting interstate or trying to cover the whole country simply can't give you the local insight that comes from walking the streets, attending auctions every weekend, and knowing which agents genuinely have the listings before they hit the market. An effective advocate should have long-term relationships with local agents so you hear about off-market opportunities first and you know intimately their sales tactics. Understand the nuances of each suburb, what drives value, what buyers are paying for, and what to avoid. and have the experience to guide you through negotiations confidently, especially in Melbourne's fast-moving and often competitive environment. That local knowledge is what separates an average purchase from a great purchase. So, is using a buyer's advocate in Melbourne worth it? If you value your time, want to avoid costly mistakes, and want someone in your corner who knows how to buy strategically, absolutely. At the end of the day, property is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Having an experienced professional guiding you, someone who lives and breathes the Melbourne market, can make all the difference. So if you're planning to buy in Melbourne and want to secure the right property at the right price, book a free strategy call using the link in the description. We'll talk through your goals, your budget, and see how we can help you get there faster and smarter. Thank you.